Welcome back to Sensei's Divining Talk. It's a very exciting week for us here as the Sword of Hearth and Home has been previewed for Modern Horizons 2.
Not only that, but the Sword of Truth and Justice is being reprinted with the old border, which has greatly affected the sword down. What are your favorite swords? Let's run the full list.
Well, first off, it's the Sword of Meat and Potatoes, always been the bread and butter of my decks.
Sword of Cut and Run. It's great at dealing damage, but it is a pain to re-equip every turn.
Sword of Pride and Prejudice. Gotta get that one in the 1995 frame.
I prefer the 2005 printing with Keira Knightley.
Sword of Sweet and Sour, easily some of the best flavor on an equipment.
Sword of Death and Taxes, which weirdly doesn't get in Death and Taxes.
Well, it is a very tight list. Sword of Mac and Cheese, which everyone loves.
Fun fact, that was localized in Canada as the Sword of K and D. Another good one, Sword of Simon and Garfunkel.
That one's always playable, but only one mode is really relevant. Don't forget about the Sword of Island and Forest, which of course gives the creature protection from white and red.
Well, it's an older one. They hadn't quite worked out the color pie yet. Now, you've always been divided on the Sword of Sword and Board, yeah?
Always seemed kind of like a Winmore, what with the two swords?
Yeah, second sword's a bit much. How about the Sword of Jack and Coke?
Is Pepsi okay?
Sword of Trial and Error is another good one, but it takes a while before you see the results.
Yeah, I haven't found the deck for it yet. Now, what about the Sword of Hop and Scotch?
That one's challenging to balance.
Sword of Kiss and Tell?
You know I can't run that card.
Sword of Bait and Switch?
I can't believe they printed an equipment with ninjutsu.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Now, the Sword of Sticks and Stones. That one hurts.
Yeah, it's a real bone breaker. Sword of Arts and Crafts, auto-include in my green and green decks.
Sword of Wattle and Daub, brilliant and constructed.
Sword of High and Dry, very playable, both in Commander and on guitar.
Yeah, but don't bend over backwards for it. Sword of Again and Again. I feel like I see this one a lot.
It's okay, but you really only need one of them. Sword of Huff and Puff, I never remember if I'm supposed to always pass this or never pass this.
Sword of Turks and Caicos interacts well with Treasure.
Sword of Wine and Dine forms the core of the Dine and Dash deck.
Does that one go in Aristocrats?
No. There's the Five of Swords.
That's a tarot card.
I don't think it's that bad. It's certainly no Sword of the Rich and Famous.
With an equip cost of 45.
Of course, there's the Sword of Like and Share.
Pro tip, put a die on top of your deck so you don't miss the upkeep trigger to click the little bell.
And finally, the Sword of Buy and Buy.
Bye!